See with my own eyes the impact of the drought. The UK has given financial support, including through the Hunger Safety Food Programme, Hunger Safety Net Programme, funding to support the most vulnerable in this very, very difficult drought situation. And finally, to see what reopening the border officially would look like here, which the UK would be very supportive of, partly because it will lead to an increase in trade here, but also to help increase humanitarian supplies to Somalia, which is cheaper than flying them, which means there is more money for the actual supplies. So I'm delighted to be here today and to meet some of the amazing men and women in Elwak. So the UK has given £1.5 million. Sorry, I don't off the top of my head what that is in shillings. For Kenya. We've concentrated our financial support to Somalia, but we're also supportive and help set up the Hunger Safety Net Programme, for which we give money for the most vulnerable and needy. So we're looking at that will look like over the next few months as well.
The budget once the assembly resume, so that we can see how we can enhance our intervention in terms of food ration, water tracking, and then assisting our school-going children. It is actually one of the worst droughts in the country for the last 40 years, as we have been told. And this is actually the fourth failed season, and we are approaching the fifth one, which we are not sure of. My sincere thanks is to British Ambassador, Excellency Jane, for taking time and visiting Elwak, being the first UK ambassador, for that matter, to visit Elwak and Mandera County for the first time. This is actually her second visit to Mandera County. This shows that actually Mandera is not a red zone, as most people believe. We have no internal conflict as a county. We are very stable. Our only challenges has been the external threat, which is Al-Shabaab, which has been managed by our security forces very well.
We have been helping with the drought response for more than a year now, since the declaration of the national drought emergency. International partners, the UN together, we've put more than 20 billion Kenya shillings into food and cash distribution, water, health, livelihoods, but it isn't enough. It's very, very clear that this drought, which is the worst in 4 decades and is getting worse and worse and worse, needs a higher response. And that's why I'm delighted that His Excellency President Ruto invited us to State House yesterday. We began discussions then. We will be meeting again tomorrow, Wednesday, to deepen those discussions to see how international partners and the United Nations, the national government and county governments like that of His Excellency the Governor here in Mandera can come together to do what we need to do to meet this awful emergency.